To solve the housing crisis, Labor has announced a new scheme, $329 million over 4 years. And the idea is that I think around 10,000 or so lucky young people with the right income between the right brackets, they'll get something like 40% of their deposit paid for by this program. It's going to be announced later today formally. Doesn't seem to me like something that's going to solve much of the housing crisis. Do you think, Rita?
Well, it's going to have a twofold impact. One, it's going to put up prices because all of these schemes will end up making housing less affordable because they pump up the prices. So under this new scheme, up to 40% of new homes they will be contributing to the government, and 30% for existing homes, like you said, for those very lucky. But when you actually look at the total investment devoted to this, the numbers of people who will actually be able to take advantage are minuscule.
So, Rita, I was looking at the numbers on this before. So, $329 million over 4 years. Now, on Super Saturday, they called it, the Saturday, April 11th before Easter, when all of these properties went to market, $1.4 billion in houses traded hands on that one day across Australia. $329 billion is a quarter, not even a quarter of that, over 4 years. So it's not even going to push up housing prices. It's going to be a lucky lottery for a few people. But the problem for them is that they're not even going to be able to build their wealth.
If it's going to have impact, it will push up housing prices. But yeah, it's not going to be something that's going
to have... It's so small bore.
But sorry, for two journos, two of Australia's top journos, you've buried the lead. You've missed the big story here. And this is that they're going to have the state part-owning your home.
Yes.
This is socialism, it's called.
It's called
but still, the principle is that the government now part owns property. This is introducing by stealth socialism into the young working millennials.
I was about to say, I don't think many Australians who are desperate to enter the housing market would like the idea of co-owning it, not just with the bank, but with Albo and
Keneally and Wong. They might even pop round for a housewarming. Hello, there's Albo on the door. Well, I part own this. Keneally moves into the bedroom, Wong upstairs. Mind you, Keneally normally likes to live on a private island, but now that she's mixing it in Parramatta, maybe she'll be knocking on the door of the
You make a really good point, though. You make a really good point, Rowan. You do. Because once you start having once you start having the government owning part of your house, two things happen. Number one, the housing, your house is the way you build wealth in this country. Like it or not, that's the way young families, young couples start out. They build their wealth, they build their equity, and then they can borrow off of that and invest in other things, businesses, other investments. Great. But then also, that means that suddenly, because the government gets part of that money back when you sell, they now have an interest in housing becoming, guess what?
Exactly.
Less affordable. So they aren't doing anything about increasing supply, which is largely a state problem. And it's a myth that the feds can do something about that. They're not doing anything about demand, which is talking about, do we continue to import large numbers of people every single year to keep overheating the market? They're not talking about negative gearing. No, it's let's sprinkle some fairy dust money over the housing market. A few lucky people get it, and that's it.
And this being Labor, I can see this scheme, though the parameters are modest now. So when we talk about 300 odd million being modest, I can see them saying, well, we can't put an end to this because people voted wanting to get this. So the parameters will go from 300 million to 3 billion.
Yeah, of course, but also you watch how it will develop. We prefer LGBTIQ people. They need to get a start in life. And we prefer transgender women there to get a start in life. And you conservatives over there, no, you won't be getting it.